Oh my god, no attacks. Oh no. What's up YouTube? This is MathWiz927 and welcome back to the Pokémon Fire Red Nuzlocke. We've got another about 9 minutes of grinding or so if you want to just skip past it, you can do that. Just around 9 minutes. I think it's the proper time is like 8:52. If you don't care for this slower, it's just kind of whatever I come up with on the fly grinding stuff, because I still haven't figured out what I want to do with this. Eventually I'll come up with something. Again, always open to suggestions. What could I do to make the grinding sessions more entertaining? I guess next time we'll try the Q&A. Give me questions down in the comments for this Q&A thing. The next time I have a grinding session, which hopefully isn't going to be for a while. Hopefully, my fingers are crossed. I don't want anyone to die. And other than that, as long as that doesn't happen, I should be okay. This is the problem with a Nuzlocke in general. It's just that it's kind of a slow start because you got to get your team together, and so to make sure that nobody dies, you gotta train them up so that you can actually play the game. And then Brock is just a pushover, unless the only way that Brock wouldn't have been a pushover is if I didn't catch a Mankey, in which case, I don't know, Brock might have killed me then, because like I said in the last episode, with rock types, you either kill them in one shot or you kill them in like 50. There's no in between. So with not having a Squirtle or a Bulbasaur or a Mankey, things would have been tricky. I might have been able to use like Socrates, but really one Rock Tomb and it's done. It's game over. But since I don't have any questions for this episode, I've decided to go with handy dandy lists. Everybody likes lists, so today I guess I'm gonna rank all the Pokemon generations based on my personal favorites, my history with them. So there's 7 generations. I haven't played Sun and Moon much of it yet. Still after all this time, I've yet to actually sit down and play Sun and Moon for more than like an hour, because so far I haven't even left the first island, so I still have like no idea what Sun and Moon have to offer. They seem to be like good games. I know the anime that's airing right now has some really epic animation, and it just looks all vibrant and colorful and hyperactive, and I need to watch that too. I need to get back into Pokemon. That's my issue at the moment, is that I was never a huge fan of the Pokemon anime. Not that I didn't like it, I just didn't really have the chance to watch it. I watched some of Diamond and Pearl back in the day, and it was about the extent of my anime experience. I mean, yeah, of course I've seen some of the first season, because who hasn't seen any of the first season of Pokemon? But other than that, maybe a couple of movies. Not too familiar with the Pokemon anime, so maybe I should try to get into that. But as for the remaining generations, 1 through 6, we're gonna rank them. Now, of course, I haven't actually played the original first generation, like Red and Blue. My only experience with the first generation of Pokemon is Fire Red and Leaf Green. So when I say first generation, that's what I refer to. And I guess with second generation, technically my first experience with that, I mean, I had played a little bit of Crystal, not much, but the first time that I actually like completed the game, that was through Heart Gold, Pokemon Heart Gold. So also, I guess technically my second generation history isn't the best, but something is thumping upstairs and it's really annoying. So let's rank them through the list. At the bottom, number 6, I guess I'd have to go with Generation 5, which I feel is really biased just because it came out at the time that I was in like the middle school days, the dark ages as I like to refer to them as. So I was in middle school, and at the time Pokemon was not the popular thing, because, you know, you gotta get into the Call of Duty and Madden and, you know, stuff, all the cool stuff that all the cool kids play. So no Pokemon during that time. I just kind of fell out of it, wasn't really interested in it, and Black and White just happened to come out, which is kind of unfair because I really like a lot of the designs in Black and White. Like Joltik is one of my favorite Pokemon, and I think that the storyline in Black and White is great. I love N as a protagonist, but at the same time, that nostalgia bias is still sort of blinding me at this point. I still need to go back and actually play Black 2 and White 2, so I'll get around to that eventually. and I'm sure that my opinion would change if I revisited it. I know I did actually complete a playthrough of Pokemon Black, and it was good. I enjoyed it. So even when I say, you know, it's my least favorite generation, I still like it. It's Pokemon. I like all Pokemon, so even being at number 6 on the list, it's not terrible. I still love it. At number 5, I'll have to give that to Generation 6. I have to do it. I know I really enjoyed Generation 6 as well. I love a lot of the designs for that also, and it was what got me back into Pokemon. It's what got me back into it, back into this franchise, got me back in the groove. But there's just a lot of things with Gen 6 that I don't really care for, like Mega Evolutions. They were cool at first, and then they were like plot relevant stuff, and you couldn't, like, you always had to have a Mega, and then they started making more and more Megas, and like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And it's like, stop, I've had enough. I've had enough of this. Oh man, this is already taking too much time. I got like 3 minutes left to fill, and I've only gone through 2. Okay, number 4 is, number 4, I guess I'll have to give that to Generation 1. I think I'm gonna have to go with Generation 1, even though it has some of my favorite Pokemon in the whole game. Like, consistently, there's a lot of really good Pokemon. It's the originals, so they're great. But at the same time, I don't have as much of, like, it's weird to say, because at this point, all 4 of the games I have some sort of history with. Less so with Generation 2, but I'll get back to that. With Generation 1, I don't know, it's just, to me, I don't enjoy it. Like, I didn't enjoy it as much as Generation 2, and I don't have the same level of, like, a deep personal connection to it as I did with Generations 3 and 4. Even though it's weird to say that, because Fire Red and Sapphire were my first 2 Pokemon games, but there's just something kind of, I mean, the running shoes, it takes forever to get the running shoes. It's just a couple of things with it that I don't really care for. Okay, number 3. I'm gonna have to give this one to Generation 4. Even though I love Generation 4, it was kind of like, my childhood was divided up into 2 phases of being really into Pokemon. There was, of course, the Hoenn generation, which was my first, and then there was Generation 4, which was my second generation of Pokemon. Still was really hype back at the time. This is why I say I like divide my childhood up into 2 different Pokemon phases, because the Hoenn generation was when I was first getting into it, first making friends. Generation 4, I had already made my friends, and we just kind of kicked it up into the next generation, and there was a lot of really good Pokemon. Piplup, easily I think Piplup would make it into my top 10, if not my top 5. It's just, it's so cute, it's adorable, it's a penguin, and it's a water type, and I love water types. You can tell I'm a Hoenn boy. So at number 2, then I'm gonna have to give that to Generation 2, because fundamentally, it is just a fantastic Pokemon game, arguably the best in the series this generation, because you get to go through Kanto on top of going through Johto. And while I don't have as much nostalgia bias with this one, I just think it's a really fantastic game. I love the depth that you can go through both generations and just have a fun time. And then of course at number 1 would be Hoenn, because I'm a Hoenn boy, grew up playing it. Kyogre, freaking amazing design for a legendary. This is almost like entirely nostalgia bias, but Hoenn is the greatest generation. Too much water, screw you, you're wrong. Water is great. Water type, best type. Hoenn for the win. What's up, YouTube? This is Mathwas97, and welcome back to my Pokemon Fire Red Nuzlocke. Thank you for, I don't know, that grinding session. I guess technically I would have already done the intro if this is going to be in the same episode. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, but you just saw my grinding. And we've got Rattatator now up to level 13. Freaking Melody is level 12. So everybody is up to about the same level. I've caught Melody up to the rest of the party for the most part. And that's good. Now I'm ready to move on into the cave of happenings, the cave of moons, because it's Mount Moon, that's where we're going. It's a mountain cave, and that's where we're going. And I don't have to use Flash yet, which is a good thing. This lady's got a Jigglypuff, so maybe this is a good chance to test out Melody's skills. What do you say with a little Jigglypuff? Ah! I guess we're gonna have to wait on the Jigglypuff battle, because it's a Zubat. I think Melody can handle this. I don't think I can sing because of Zubat's ability that it might have. This one might not have it, but I think it has some sort of like ear-related ability where it like cancels sound. Not soundproof. That's more of like Voltorb's thing. But I don't know, Zubat might have it, so I'm just not gonna worry. I'm just gonna pound. This Zubat has nothing on me. And of course, get the critical hit at the end. Make it real relevant then. But let's see what this lady has. I forget if she has a Clefairy or a Jigglypuff. I'm waiting for my friends to find me here. Well, I have found you, and I'm certainly not your friend, Iris. Man, you've changed. Came a long way by Gen 5. Oh boy, oh man. I'm under-leveled when it comes to this Clefairy. This might not work out quite as I planned. Come on, Melody. How much can you do? Ugh! Let me try to get off a Sing. Or not. I guess I'm just gonna pound again. Thankfully, Encore doesn't trap me in battle as far as I'm aware. You know, I'm gonna do one more. Nope, I've been growled, so this is the last time I pound. I'm gonna switch out. Because I don't trust this, I don't like this at all. Let's bring out Rattatator. I'm gonna stick to the females because I don't want to get cute charmed by this thing. No! Well, that did a whole lot of good for no one. Do I have any awakenings on me? Probably not. No. Ha. So, Wilder, you're a female. You can take this Clefairy out. I mean, I was trying to avoid using Wilder because of obvious type advantage. Also, not as much health as I remember. I guess Mankeys just generally have fairly low health. And also not great defense, so that double slap could have done some serious damage with a couple critical hits in there. And 5 times critical hits, we might have been dead. Scary stuff. I'm gonna go back and heal now. We did a whole lot in this cave. Thank you for joining me for this episode, and I'll catch you next time. I'm just kidding, we're not ending it here. That would be a bit anticlimactic, wouldn't it? Especially if I just made you sit through a whole grinding session with whatever I do with that. Because the last time I did a grinding session, it was all over the place. But now I just still don't know what I'm doing because I haven't read the comments yet. But by the time, like, I've probably already figured out what I'm going to do with the grinding footage, I'd assume. Unless nobody left me any comments on episode 4 about what I should do for grinding footage. In which case, this is all just irrelevant. I mean, in either case, this might be irrelevant. If I have nothing to do, I figured something out. If I have something to do, then I'm just spouting nonsense. This is what happens when you record in the past and do things in the future after the fact. The power of post-editing. Alright, so I'm gonna switch Melody out here, getting a little training against the whatchamacallits, the wild pokes in here, just the cannon fodder. Suspicious men are in the cave. What about you? I'm a suspicious boy. I wouldn't quite call Honest a man just yet. But he's about to man up and kill you because you've got nothing on Valkyrie. Yeah. Level 15, yes, excellent. I wasn't quite sure if I'd have enough to get there, but I did it. It's a Kakuna. My bones need to stop popping in videos. It's actually becoming a big concern. Let's switch over to Charchasm. I was thinking about maybe bringing out Melody for the experience, but having to pound this thing for eternity doesn't sound exciting when I just did a whole half hour of grinding, so I'm just gonna burn it to a crisp in one shot. Maybe get to level 5. So close. So close, but so far. I think there's an item up here. What do I got? It's Peril's Heal. I love Peril's Heals. Alright, I'm not gonna fight this one. I've had enough. I've had enough of your kind. I forget what level Misty is at, but hopefully this Mount Moon can give me some decent... Maybe I should have bought repels. Can I even get repels this early in the game? I probably can. But I'm gonna keep trekking through. Do I want to have someone out that could potentially fight? I guess I could put Melody. Actually, did I ever... Yeah, I checked Melody's nature before, I think. Cute charm, bold nature, yeah. But who's my fastest? Who's my fastest? We have a tie. Yeah, we have a tie. And as for my slowest, that would definitely be Melody. So I don't think I want Melody out front. I'll put Socrates out front, because Socrates could take out basically anything in this cave, whether it's a Geodude or a Zubat. Because one confusion and it's done, and then basically I think one confusion to a Geodude would be, I think that'd be game, set, match as well. Are you serious? I guess Zubat has a bit more special defense than I gave it credit for. But I know a Geodude would not be able to stand it. At least I hope not. Geodude not known for special defense. And I'm putting my faith in Socrates, that Socrates has the strength to take these foes down, but maybe I'm giving a little too much credit, and I really should have probably gotten repels. I'm not gonna fight these things. This is gonna take too long. I'm just gonna run away. What do we got down this ladder? What kind of item can I find down here? I can probably find a Paris. I found a Paris, but I can't catch it, because I already caught a thing. So, bye-bye. I'll spare your life. This time. Who, you, buddy? What you got? Probably like a Ratatat? Rattata, and a Zubat, maybe. Would be my guess. We, Team Rocket, are Pokemon gangsters. We strike fear with our strength. As a kid, I used to pronounce Rattata as, I think I would pronounce it as Ratatat, because I couldn't read. Oh, it's a Sandshrew. Not quite what I was expecting, but that's a good chance to test out our new attack, Hyper Fang. Yeah. No, I don't like that. I do not like that. So I forget what I don't know if I'm thinking of Hyper Fang or Super Fang. What's the difference? What does Hyper Fang do? Hyper Fang just seems to have a set damage. And I'm guessing Super Fang is the one that's by, like, health percentage or whatever. Well, I can put that to the test here. Let's see how much Hyper Fang does the second time. Yeah, so that's a set amount of damage, because that did basically the same. And one quick attack and you're done. Sweet experience. It's another Rattata. You know, I'm doubting that it has Hyper Fang, but I'm gonna switch out anyway. I'm gonna bring out Wilder, because I'd like to take as little damage as possible. I don't want to run back to the PC again. And I also can't heal in battle, which is definitely a concern. I can heal outside of battle, just not in the middle of one. So I'll just go for the quick knockouts. And a Zubat, so we're gonna switch again. Gonna bring out Socrates. This didn't work out so much last time, but this time we'll make it work. We'll make it work! For the next series I might end up going with Set, just because I feel like that's an easy extra challenge to add, and it plays more into the, like the way the anime does it. Someone will send out a Pokemon, then you have to switch out. Well, the anime is not really a good example for that, because the anime does so many things differently than the games, but it just would make more sense that it's a turn-based thing. So getting a free switch seems to kind of contradict that. You would think if it's a turn-based attack game, then they would send out a thing, and then you would use your turn to swap out your thing. Would, I guess, make more sense for a Pokemon game. It makes it a bit more difficult in anything, really, not just Nuzlocks. But I would prefer, I guess, for the next challenge, I'll probably do Set just to see how things play out. Although I suppose I should see how this challenge plays out first, make sure that I can even survive this one before I do that. Because making things more difficult when I can't survive easy mode is probably not the best use of my time, probably not the best way to go about things. I don't think you offer much experience. Not even gonna bother. Not even gonna bother. So what do we have down here? Oh boy, there's a scientist guy. I'm gonna make a switch, even though I think he leads with a Voltorb. Let's bring out Melody. Let's test this theory. Is it a Voltorb or a Magnemite? Think it's a Voltorb. I'm betting any money that it's a Voltorb first. Nope. I should have gone with the Wilder. That's what I should have done. Ouch, that did a little more than I was hoping it would. I want to put you to sleep before I switch. Okay, go ahead, do that. Even though I'm still gonna have to switch after this turn anyway. Ah! Because a critical hit Thunder Shock might kill me next turn. So let's not do that. Let's not risk it. Gonna go to Charchasm. Go for Metal Sound. No! I would have even preferred a Thunder Shock to that, but let's see. Yeah, that's my boy, Charchasm. I'm glad to see that my faith was not misplaced. Melody level 13. Charchasm level 15. We're getting close to a Charmeleon. Even though I think that Charmander has a better design than Charmeleon. It's the next step up. We're evolving. We are becoming the better. I'm gonna try Rattatator here. I don't think that Voltorb has an electric attack this early on, so I should be okay, even with my reduced health. Let's go for Hyper Fang. Alright, that's pretty good. And he's gonna charge, so I can just quick attack it and end it here and not even have to worry about nothing. Can I get a level up? Yeah! Level 14, Rattatator is caught up with the rest. Just as everybody else is moving up to 15. It'll be a short-lived catch up. That made more sense in my head, and then I actually said it. And that seemed a little weird. We got the rare candy. It's a bug-type trainer. I guess I'll lead with Valkyrie. Hey, you! You need to go through this cave to get to Cerulean City. That is where I'm headed. That's my destination. He's got a Caterpie. I could actually, if I really wanted to, I could probably take this guy with Melody. If I really was that adamant about getting her experience. But I think I'd rather just grind against some, whatever the next route is gonna have. I think I'd rather just do that for training. Well, it's a Kakuna. I got a free opportunity, why not? Why, or was it a Metapod? This one was a Metapod. But why not? Let's do it. No, I didn't want to use Sing. Well, this idea was good in theory. There we go, okay. So I don't have to worry about Metapod. Well, actually, it might have Shed Skin, so that might have just been completely useless. We'll see how far this goes. Because I think Shed Skin can also cure sleep. Yep. Yep. Okay, well, I'm just going to pound away then. You know, out of context, I realize the implications of that out of context. But I'm going to roll with it anyway. Come on, Melody. You can do it. It's just a Metapod. You can take it down. If only you knew takedown, this would be so much quicker. Just one more. Yeah! Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. I'm so excited to have a Jigglypuff on the team. I made that pretty clear when I first caught it, but I'm still really excited. I don't think, like, of all the Pokemon I have on this team, Jigglypuff is definitely the most obscure. Like, I think it's safe to say that I've done a decent bit of playing with just about the other, well, I don't know, Butterfree I've never really used a whole lot. I'm not a big bug guy, just because once you get past a certain point, they seem mostly useless in the older games. Ah! But yeah, Jigglypuff definitely the one I've used the least. Pidgey I've used I don't know how many times. Same with Charmander and Mankey. I've used Mankey a decent amount. In a previous series on this channel, I used a Mankey. In that leaf green one, that 8-part thing from years ago, over 4 years ago now. I originally recorded that series. And then I remade it into a smaller, more condensed version in 2015. Even that was 2 years ago, so it's an old series. Even the re-upload is becoming more and more dated. As anything will over time. What you got, old man? I'm excavating for fossils. Sometimes Brock lends me a hand. That's what he said. Well, Brock can keep his hands to himself. I don't want them. Keep them away, please. He can keep his rock-hard determination to himself. And now you've got an Oddish. I can take you down with no trouble. Miriam. This is simple. This is child's play. Mere child's play. For an elite like me, you have no chance of winning. Because I know all the type advantage stuff. I got all the knowledge. I am the math whiz after all. But that is not my only specialty. No, no, no. I am the wizard of all things, of all knowing stuff. It's a Bellsprout. I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna let Valkyrie finish what Valkyrie started. Probably gonna take 2 hits. Oh, nope, you're weaker. I mean, critical hit, that works too. I'm okay with that. And now Valkyrie is the ace on the team at a level 16. So, I think it's time that Valkyrie takes a back seat. I guess I can bring Sarcasm to the... No, let's bring Socrates back up front. Why not? What's down here? Probably nothing much. Oh, wait. This isn't progress. There's just an item up there. Which I know I can get before battling that guy, but I'm gonna battle him anyway, because that's the type of guy I am. I don't run away from fights. At least not in a video game. In real life, maybe. I'm not much of a fighter. I've never actually been in a fight, though, so I can't speak from experience. But, yeah, hopefully I'm never in one. That would be ideal. Because I'd probably get my ass kicked. But you never know. You never know. This is the internet after all. If I build up enough of a following, I'll build up some haters, and I don't know. You know, I don't even want to deal with the implications of that. Because I don't want to get... I don't know. What am I even saying anymore? I don't know. I've been at this for too long. That grinding session killed me. And that was immediately after the last grinding session, which wasn't all that long ago. But as long as no one... Well, I'm not gonna finish that sentence. Because then bad things will happen. But thankfully, good things happen there. This Ekans takes itself out. I don't even have to deal with it. I can just run back and mind my own business. No, I didn't want to walk that far. I wanted to switch first, but that's fine, that's fine. He's probably just got some Rattata. You know, the usual fare. There you go, it's youngster Josh. You're not youngster Joey, though, so I shouldn't be too concerned with you. Hit you up with some confusion. And that's another one confused. Gotta love those spinning ducks when they're on the other side. But it doesn't even matter, because he did nothing to himself, and I just take him out the next turn. But hey, it's nice to get the spinning ducks in there every once in a while. Sleep powder. Give me that. Honestly, I think Stun Spore is less useful than the other two, because Poison Powder can kind of chip away at their health if I need to win a battle of attrition. Sleep Powder just completely immobilizes them, whereas Paralyzation, it sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. I'd prefer to just have Sleep Powder and Poison Powder, and just have that be my plan of attack. Look at Socrates mowing foes down like nobody's business. Can we get a one-shot on this Zubat? Yes! That's my philosopher. Your mind powers are too strong. I'm trying to think of some anime reference with mind powers. I mean, I mean, like, Lelouch can control people with his mind. I haven't watched enough of Code Geass to actually follow up on that, though. Like, I've seen 3 episodes of Geass. It's cool. I can definitely see the parallels to Light Yagami, at least in the very beginning. But people who have never seen either have no idea what I'm talking about, so maybe I should just drop the conversation there. I don't really know who all is watching my Pokemon videos anymore. Because at first, they didn't get a whole lot of traffic, and it was obviously from the wrestling channel, because that was all that I did. That's the channel they're being uploaded on, after all. So it's possible that as I've gotten a bigger fan base, more people have just gravitated towards this. But then there's also the factor of the anime channel, where I think more people over there would be more inclined to watch a Pokemon series because it's closer to anime than it is to wrestling. So I don't know. I don't know who all watches my stuff anymore. So yeah, thanks for watching if you're here. And I think we might call it a day, because with the grinding session tacked on, I think this is a good place to leave off. We'll finish Mount Moon in the next episode. And I have one more Geodude left to I have one more Pokemon left to fight, so I have to figure out how to drag this outro, how to drag it out even longer. Be sure to support me on Patreon if you like my stuff, if you want to help me become pro YouTube, pro content internet creator, because YouTube seems to kind of be going downhill with the whole demonetization thing. I don't know, people, I don't know, if there's an alternative that comes up, maybe a lot of people will flock over to that. But yeah, support my channel, subscribe, like the video, comment, all that generic promotion stuff. Follow me on Twitter. Oh god, there's another one. And follow me on Twitter at Mathos97X. I've got my anime list, you can check that out. If you can search Reddit and find my account there, you can shoot me a message. What haven't I covered? I think that's it. I'm not really on any other media platforms, so yeah, thanks for watching. Keep on, bye.